Shay Toya, and I'm super excited about what we are going to talk about today. And as you can see in the title, I just thought I would hop on here real quick and just talk to you guys about tips that I've learned from a year, almost 2 years of motherhood. It's been an exciting journey. I love being a mom, but at the same time, it's been great to learn from other moms who've been there. One of my big role models as a mom, or I guess a mother, would be my mom, because I believe she raised some pretty good kids. So she's actually been one of my role models when it comes to being a mother. And so it's great to have somebody that you possibly look, that have a role model when it comes to being a mom as well. So I just thought I would jump on here real quick and just kind of share with you guys some tips that I've currently learned. Of course, you guys do not have to take my tips. If you don't like what I have to say, that's not an issue. You're not going to hurt my feelings. We all, as parents, decide what is it that works for us, and that's what we should do. And of course, there's going to be people that possibly say like you're doing it wrong, or like don't listen to them. Like if you know what's right, that's what you should do. But I just thought I would hop on here real quick and just kind of share with you guys what is it that I've been doing, or what I did when my baby was first born. Right now I have a lot of friends who are either pregnant or just had a baby in that newborn stage. And that newborn stage is so much fun. And they grow up so fast, and I remember people telling me this, and I'm like, at the moment it didn't feel like it was going to happen really quick, but it did. David will be 2 in July, which is crazy to me to even think about that. And so, I just wanted to hop on here real quick. On Wednesdays, my goals is just to kind of talk to you guys about, being a mom, or just tips on working from home, or just I guess real stuff that possibly nothing to do with business. Sometimes of course me working from home has to do with business, but I just wanted to hop on here real quick and just talk to you guys about tips on being a mom. And as I said, take my tips or not a big deal. So number one, as a new mom, if needed, ask for help. We just have our babies. We have so many hormones, and and a lot of times people want to help us because they understand where is it that you're coming from. And then a lot of times, you have those friends that possibly they don't have any kids and they want kids, or they might not be ready to move along to that next step. So those are great people that could possibly help you. That could help you when needed. If you just want to take a bath or whatever it is that you need to do, ask for help. And then also with me, it's helped that I had a great mom. Anytime I needed her, she was there, and I just had to ask. And then also, I have a great spouse, a partner. So if you have that, and if you do not have that, then find other avenues of people that's willing to help you. Tip number 2 is nothing goes as planned. We might have this whole entire birthing plan planned out, and the truth is, it most likely won't go as as you plan it. Just like with myself, I kind of talked about it in videos before. When I was pregnant, we had no idea. We thought I had preeclampsia. It wasn't preeclampsia. I ended up finding out when my baby was a week old that I had a blood clot. I had to go to the hospital for a week and stay a week away from him. It was the scariest time of my life. Especially being a new mom, being away from my son for a week. He was a week old, and it was very emotional. And of course, that's not something that I had planned at all. But of course, we had great people around us to help us out. And then also, I know sometimes people, if it's a C-section, like whatever it is that you have to do to either just keep your health or whatever it is, like it's super important. Like it's very important for you to understand that whatever you have planned could possibly not go that way, and not to freak out when it doesn't. And then tip number 3 is something that we did, could possibly help you guys when it comes to your sheets on the baby's bed. We would put a protector, and then we would put another sheet, and a protector, and then a sheet. The reason why we did that was because when the baby had spit up, or David had spit up, it was an easy cleanup when we were tired, and because of the protection sheet. We didn't really have to worry about it being wet. David spit up a lot as a newborn, so it could be possibly messy. So that having two sheets helped us a lot. So that could possibly be something that you guys could do as well. Tip number 4 is um, this might not be something that everybody wants to do, but this is something that we did. Um, when the baby is being fed, or I'm sorry, when the baby's being, going to sleep, let them go to sleep on their own. Like if you get them used to rocking them or, being fed while they go to sleep, they're going to expect that. And then as they get older, so like my recommendation is once they're fed, they've been changed, put them in their crib. And a lot of people might call this the cry out method. I don't truly believe it's a cry out method. David never had any type of issues like this, but at the same time, like we didn't get him used to us having to be there all the time. So it's super important that you guys, of course, if this is not what you want to do, like you don't have to listen to me, but it's something that we did, and then we didn't have that issue of having to. Cause I know I have friends where they have to go take their babies and put them in the car so they can go to sleep. I never had to do anything like that because I never allowed him to do that. Um, and then, so tip number 5, live your life like, like you did before. Like the baby should not change anything. And then also when it comes to noises, in your tummy, it's noisy in there. So we never like told people, oh, you have to be quiet because David is sleeping. Like he slept through like parties and he slept through all different things because my mom had taught me like you don't change your life because of the baby. So that's just kind of what we did. Like we didn't worry about if the doorbell rung or if we dropped something on the floor because David was used to being around noise. So it's super important that, it's something to think about that you could do as well. And then also my, other, I guess, tip kind of, a lot of times like people say when you just have your baby that you have this immediate connection and that you should just be super close to your baby. When David was born, I felt like I was shocked. His umbilical cord was wrapped around his neck. Like all these different things, and honestly, there was not like an immediate connection once they put hit him on my chest. So like for whatever reason, there's a whole lot of hormones that you're dealing with. So if you're dealing with hormones and you do not feel that immediate connection, understand that that's normal, and that's not something that people talk about, but it is something that people should be talked about because it's real. And of course you build that connection as they get older and as you take care of them, but it might not be something that happens automatically like they say. So I just thought I would share that with you. And then my other, I guess, tip or thing that I would like to share with you guys, the epidural wasn't that bad. A lot of times, like I feel like people put more fear into things that need to have fear. They tell you that the epidural, you're like, it wasn't that bad. So I just thought I would share with you guys, like, it didn't hurt. Like, I waited so long, and I could have had it. I was in labor for, like, I think almost 3 days. And as soon as I got it, I was able to go to sleep. Having contractions, I couldn't sleep. And as soon as I got it, I was fine, and I went to sleep. So I personally was glad I got the epidural. And of course, everybody's situation is different. Do whatever, you want to do. But I just want to make sure you guys know the epidural isn't really that bad. And tip number 7 is, personally to me, your children should sleep in your crib. And that's just because, and then also we honestly put David in his own bedroom, and then, we would either shut the door, of course we would have the monitor, but that way, like, he doesn't get used to us being in the room. And honestly, like, I truly believe, like, once, it's time for David to go to bed, it's time, it's my time, or it's, Kevin's time. So I just truly believe that, put your kids, in their own bedroom, and if you don't have that option, then, make sure that they're in their own crib. Also, like, the baby sleeping with you could be an issue for SIDS, just to put it out there. And then also, like, I have so many friends that allowed their children to be in their bedroom and that have issues with getting their baby out of their room once they're 6 or 7. So I'm not having those issues, because I've never allowed David to be in our bedroom. He goes to bed in his bedroom, and I know when friends come over, they're like, "Oh, like you have no issues, no fighting to get him to bed," because we never allowed that. So it's just just a tip. You guys don't have to listen to me, but it's just something that we personally did. There's so many different tips that you know the year, almost 2 years of being a mom, that I've learned. But I just thought I would kind of jump on here real quick and just talk more about the newborn stage. I remember when David was a baby, I never had anything clean on, because he spit up like crazy. He was one of those babies where if you hold him, you were most likely going to get spit up on, and most people knew that. And when people asked me if they wanted to hold him, or if they could hold him, I'd be like, just to let you know, he's most likely going to spit up. And as soon as they said they were okay with that, I was like, okay, like if he spits up, it's not my fault. But a lot of times he would still spit up, and people would kind of like, ew. But it's, yeah, so I at least warned people. But yes, I just wanted to hop on real quick and just, kind of talk to you guys tips. And I look forward to talking to you guys in the future. And you guys have a great day.